Yeah, I'm John Dawson with ExactData, and I'm here to talk about a topic you're probably not aware of. That's high fidelity synthetic data generation technologies. Today, test and training data, both for AI, ML applications, and humans, is actually generated from production data sources, either modifying it through a manual process or using detailed technologies and masking and de-identifying it. And that's becoming a real problem with data privacy issues and cybersecurity issues. It's getting much more restrictive about what you can do with production data sources. And on the other hand, your technical ecosystem needs access to this private confidential information or data that simulates it to actually do their job. And that's what we've done. We've actually been able to simulate this data in a very, very high fidelity fashion that breaks that chain between production data sources and the data that you need in your dev and test environments to do your job. The way we do that is through a sophisticated rules engine. We create what we call data models, and we generate the data. And it's a system of systems. We generate a model universe designed for the system under test, and then we actually output the data however the system wants to consume it, whatever file formats, et cetera. And then we can very rapidly go back in and update the data models and configure them and regen the data as your needs change. It has some key advantages, as I mentioned. It looks and feels like real data, but it's totally synthetic. There's no ties to the production data source. It can't be re-identified. It was never real to begin with. And a classic cheaper, better, faster. It's much cheaper. Once the data models are created, the cost to regen the data is virtually zero. With traditional processes, there's always incremental costs to regen the data, access these stores, and set up the use cases. It's much better. You know the ground truth. You can generate volumes. You have high use case coverage, and you're actually designing the data for the system under test. So you're creating true and false positives, true and false negatives, in a statistically valid fashion, so you can actually score the system for error rates by creating a confusion matrix, and much faster. So versus months or weeks, it's hours. You can very quickly reconfigure the tool and generate the data as you have new tests and training needs. It's proven technology. We've been a critical path technology component for some of the largest IT projects in the world. As an example, the Census 2020 in the US. We modeled 50 systems and generated all the data for what ended up being a $4 billion IT implementation, again, as a critical path technology component. We're small. I'm focused on commercialization, demand creation. Todd is ops and delivery, and we've got about 8 senior computer scientists and data scientists on the team. And why Lloyd's? These numbers are staggering. Estimated $6 trillion in cybersecurity crime costs in 2021. We've got about $6 billion in insurance gross written premiums. There's a big disconnect there. Either the insurance market is at a huge risk, trillions of dollars at risk, or they're leaving trillions of dollars of insurance premiums on the table where they can go in and insure people that are at risk. And with this technology, we're eliminating the cost and risks of third-party breaches, and the cost and risk of breaches through your dev and test environment. And those are the majority of where your breaches occur, and those are estimated 60%. So you're talking about trillions of dollars of opportunity cost. And we believe that it's in Lloyd's best interest, the insurance market's best interest, and certainly our best interest to build awareness about technology alternatives to using production data sources. Thank you very much.